What do you think is the biggest expense of our German government? By far, the public pension. In 2023, we spent 121 billion euros, 127 billion this year, and next year we are projected to spend almost 133 billion. More than 27% of our entire budget. That's why the government proposed 3 new things in an attempt to rescue our failing pension system: the Aktienrente, the Generationenkapital, and the Vorsorgedepot. Now the question is this the revolution of the German pension system we so desperately need, or is this just another brain fart of politicians that will waste even more tax money? Let's find that out together in this PerFinEx pension video. Both the Aktienrente and the Generationenkapital try to upgrade the German public pension. And as that is relevant for almost every one of you guys watching, let's talk about this first. And talking about the Aktienrente will be really quick because this is not gonna happen anyway. As of right now, you are paying 18.6% of your gross salary to the German public pension, split 50-50 with your employer. What are they doing with all that money? Nothing except paying the pensions of the previous generations that worked before you. And the generations coming after you will pay your pension. That's the way the guy with the most impressive mustache in history, Otto von Bismarck, set it up in 1889. Back in his day, the German public pension worked because of one simple reason. The life expectancy was about 40 years and pension age was 70. So most people paid into the system but didn't get old enough to reach retirement age. You can argue that the German pension system was a scam to the German people, and I can get behind that, but it worked from a financial perspective. Times have changed. While in 1962, 6 people paid for the pension of 1 retiree, these days it's more like 1.8 people who pay in. And with the German population getting older and older, the ratio will continue to go down and down. And over the next 11 years, the baby boomers will retire, which will take an additional toll on the German public pension. And that's why the German Democratic Party, FDP, proposed the Aktienrente as one possible solution, with the Swedish pension as a role model. Instead of spending all your contributions immediately on pensions for the previous generation, some amount of your 18.6% was supposed to be invested so the money can grow in the stock market. And oh boy, does this work in Sweden. Their government fund made almost 12% over the last 5 years, each year, and almost 25% over the last year alone. Compared to how much return the German pension fund is making? 0, because we spend everything immediately and invest nothing. Well, the Aktienrente was shut down immediately because it is too risky, and a lot of people feared the government would gamble our retirement savings away. So instead, they want to introduce the Generationenkapital. And just between you and me, come closer. This is the exact same thing as the Aktienrente. The only difference is that not your money will be invested in the stock market. Instead, the government will take on new debt to invest that in the stock market. What basically every financial advisor will tell you not to do, to take on debt to invest that money in the stock market, the government is doing now. Absolutely fabulous idea, which shows you how desperately they're trying to rescue the German public pension. And let me tell you already, decades in advance, it won't. And here's why. Until 2036, the government wants to invest 12 billion euro every year into the Generationenkapital. So far, so good. And on top of that, the government has a stake in 118 private companies, Airbus or Commerzbank for example, And 15 billion of these Bundesbeteiligungen will be invested in the Generationenkapital as well, with the goal to reach 200 billion by the year 2036. Why 2036? Because this is the first year the government wants to start withdrawing to support the public pension. And how much do they want to withdraw? 10 billion euro every year. If you want to withdraw 10 billion each year from a 200 billion portfolio, that is 5%. Quick math. And we talked about this in our FIRE video already, Financial Independence, Retire Early, that even the famous 4% rule is extremely ambitious. Because if you look at the Trinity study the 4% rule originates from, it says that you are unlikely to run out of money in a 30-year time frame if you withdraw 4%. Nobody ever said that money will last forever if you withdraw 4%. It won't, and the government wants to withdraw 5% each year. And to put this ambitious 10 billion euro withdrawal into further perspective, here's a calculation from the German finance website Finanztipp. Because 10 billion sounds a lot, but what does this actually mean per person? It's €4.50 per month that you would have to contribute less to the public pension. Wow! Don't spend it all at once. And even Finanztipp says that the numbers don't add up and the government would actually need 240 billion in the Generationenkapital to safely withdraw 10 billion each year. A 4.2% withdrawal, a lot better than 5%, but still too high to gamble with the pension of almost 84 million people living in this country. At least in my humble opinion. And to reach 240 billion, and to pay for all the interest of the debt that they will take, and to pay for the management fees of the foundation investing the money, the Generationenkapital needs an annual return of at least 7.5% per year. Possible, of course, but quite ambitious if you're not allowed to invest everything in the stock market, but have to invest a large chunk in bonds. So, can we agree that the government will not be the solution for your retirement? Not with the public pension as it is currently, and not with the Generationenkapital. But lucky you, there is one more plan from the government, and this is by far the best one. The Vorsorgedepot, which is basically a combination of different existing pension plans with really cool new features added to it. You get money from the government when you invest in ETFs, for example. The German pension system consists of 3 levels. In level 1, we have the public pension. No investment so far, but we just talked about the Generationenkapital that looks to improve this part. At least a little bit. Also in level 1, you have the base pension, which allows you to invest more than 55,000 euros a year in ETFs and get up to 42% tax benefit for that. And just to make sure everyone understands this, you can get 42 cents from Finanzamt for every euro that you invest here. Absolutely insane. In level 2, we have the different types of company pensions that you can find out more about in our video. And the Riester pension. And the Riester pension seems to be the closest to the new Vorsorgedepot, which is why there are plans from the government that people with an existing Riester can merge their plan later on. And in level 3, we have the famous private pension that you guys like to compare with these broker apps so much. Big apples versus oranges comparison that you can learn more about in our video. And the last pension plan in level 3 is the PEP pension that I was very excited about in 2019, but then it didn't happen. That's why I was very excited about it in 2022 and made a video about it, and of course it didn't happen either then. The EU wanted to introduce this in 2022, but when you visit the official PEP website from the European Union and filter for PEPs in Germany, you get 0 results. So if you're excited about the Vorsorgedepot that we will take a look at now, and you want to wait for it to happen in maybe 2026, Don't. The Vorsorgedepot is not even through Bundestag yet, so it's just a plan and we have elections next year. So rather, book a free meeting with us right here, and then we can see what the best investment strategy is for your retirement with the options that we have now. And later on, if the Vorsorgedepot happens, big if, you can merge anyway. But at least you're not wasting years and years of compounding interest. Or is it worth the wait? Because it's the best pension plan that has ever existed in the entire history of the world. Let's see. You can invest 100 of your money in ETFs, mutual funds, stocks, or bonds, and that's pretty nice. It's not revolutionary because you can already invest in ETFs with pensions in level 1 and level 3, but at least the government is not forcing you to have a guarantee that you don't want. So, thumbs up from me. One aspect that is very important for you expats because you like flexibility, what about the payout options? Earliest payout can be your 65th birthday. And that's a clear downside compared to other pension plans that we have so far, because there you can receive the money with 62. Latest, because pensions level 2 and 3 can return your money anytime. Only level 1 pensions lock your money away until 62. And with existing pension plans, you can choose if you want a lifelong pension or a lump sum payout. So all your investment plus profits is paid out at once. Now the Vorsorgedepot introduces a third option. You can get your payout over a 20-year period. Not sure why anybody needs this, to be honest. I would have preferred if we can choose between a lifelong pension or a lump sum payout, like we can with the existing options. But who's asking me? At least we get a benefit like we do with the existing Riester pension, but a lot more. Because the government matches your investment with 20%. And you can get another 25% for every child. So if you have 2 kids, then you get 70 cents for every euro you invest. Absolutely incredible. The issue is that the maximum investment in the Vorsorgedepot is limited to 3,000 euros a year until 2029, and then it goes up to 3,500 euros. That's not bad, don't get me wrong, but with the existing base pension level 1, you can get 42% tax benefit of up to 27,500 euros as a single and up to 55,000 euros as a married couple every single year. So again, not sure if this is something worth waiting for, because there are already good, if not better, alternatives out there. And what I expected after reading all the headlines was something groundbreaking that is better than anything else that we have already. And of course, as with every other pension, your investments grow tax-free until you take money out. One big reason why it is better to put your ETFs in a pension and not in a broker when you're investing for the long term. Because your ETFs grow tax-free, your dividends are tax-free, your rebalancing is tax-free. Everything tax-free until you take money out. And as it looks like currently, your investments could be tax deductible, giving you up to 42% tax benefit as the level 1 base pension is doing already. Let's see what happens until 2026. Maybe. What did we learn in this video? I'm getting PEP pension vibes from this all over again. Government promised big time in 2022, and what did they deliver on 2 years after their own deadline? Absolutely nothing. And now they publish these plans for 2026 that another government should act on after the election. Yeah, right. I would love for this to happen, because I like options. Don't get me wrong. But I'm afraid I'll have to sit here in 2026 and tell you that the Vorsorgedepot is nothing more than a PEP pension 2.0 that only exists on paper, but not in real life. So, should you wait for it for your own investment and retirement planning? No. Rather book a free meeting with us to discuss your financial future today, and if the Vorsorgedepot happens, we'll merge it later on. I'll thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.